Yeah, I think that'll be definitely a fun, opposition of style as well to see on this. And the last, it's the final game for EU, right, for today. So it's
yeah, this is the last series for EU. It's hugely impactful. Winner of this will advance to the top 4. The winner of this will play against Khaled tomorrow in the semi-final. That's when the tournament becomes single elim. All you need to do is upset Khaled once and you're into the final. I say all you need to do is if it's a small feat there, but they can't look that far yet. It needs to be full focus on the match ahead. Revezy already up by 1.
That's a very strong start by Revezy in there, immediately trying to get some offense, but a block this time by Jack, getting back for his first offense of the set.
Not a lot of boosts to play with, but that's not stopped Jack throw some venomous flicks in the past towards the top corner. Both of these guys could develop into a flick-only 1v1 at times, but look at the read by Jack. He just predicts the dribble with the ball carry and slams it into the net. That's a hard read.
And that is exactly what you mentioned, a few seconds ago, about Jack being very good at reading Revezy, so that's exactly what he's starting with. A very strong start from both players, just showing best of 5 for that first game. Is going to be a momentum battle as always.
Yeah, Jack is just very good at reading his opponents all round, and he predicted what I was saying. I said these guys might go to a flick-only 1v1. Now, how do you beat a flick-only 1v1 player? You just challenge them before they even get anywhere near your goal, because flick, the ball carrying flick is usually a play that the player would like to dribble with the ball on their head for a while, get it under control, get it set up nicely, and then when they feel ready, they'll go for that flick.
Yeah, definitely time for Revezy to be in control. I always wonder about one stat, about ones, is always how many kickoff goals can you get away with in terms of one set? At least the first one goes for apparently Jack, but Revezy bumping it up. Ooh, Jack completely lost a good opportunity for Revezy to get one shot, takes his time, that's gonna be on, and already evens it up. 4 goals in a minute, we're in.
Yeah, it's a good little pump there by Revezy. Jack was actually trying to demo him in the back corner. Sometimes when you go in aggressively looking for the bump, you end up getting pit maneuvered and bounce off the wall. So it was a risk from Jack, and he was immediately punished for it. But it's not necessarily a bad play. Just because it didn't work doesn't mean it's a wrong decision. But Revezy getting some kickoff goal revenge here. Very back and forth game 1.
Super back and forth for the first minute of this. Immediately firing back with the exact same kickoff goal as well. It's always that exact same interaction that ends up on one side or the other. 3-2 for Revezy, looking to make, what you would call an upset, I guess, but he's definitely showing that he's going full force today.
Yeah, you must be feeling pretty happy about your prediction so far. Oh, that's a nice pop by Jack. Again, just predicting Revezy perfectly, and that's an interesting play to go for at the near post. It's not normal at all. It's quite difficult to get both the ball and your car past a challenge in this position with a double jump, because usually if you hop the ball over the opponent, your car is going to be exactly where the ball was and they're going to knock you away. But Jack managed to get both himself and the ball around that time.
Yeah, good one from Jack. Back to an even score. Revezy immediately puts it forward so fast. I don't think any player kept a lead for more than 10-15 seconds in this game. It's an absolute fight between them. 4-3 for Revezy already. What a game.
There's just no defense. Jack again just driving all the way into the corner, doesn't dodge into the ball because he's thinking more about the demo than the 50-50. But it's so risky. If it doesn't work, then he's just straight up conceding. And it hasn't worked either of the times he's tried this game. It's a good prediction there, though. He's going to be able to steal the boost away. And Revezy's forced to back down. Space for Jack to take a run at him. And he sees another challenge coming in early. And I'm just so confused. Neither of these players seem at all interested in sneaking in a challenge behind the ball. They're just diving in.
At this point, I'm wondering if it's a game or just a highlight reel that we're watching, because I've just watched 1 minute and 38 seconds of just goals. This is a montage for the first game. You're 4-4 in 1 minute and 38 seconds. What a game this. You decided to just not defend at all. It's full offense on both sides.
Yeah,
who will be the next to take the lead? Revezy getting that save at least, getting some boost back. Taking his time, can he figure it through? Apparently Jack, not yet. Jack finally taking some time to challenge.
That's a reasonable touch by Jack to bring the ball into the corner, made it impossible for Revezy to shoot. I'm glad to see him slowing down and not just diving into the play, letting Revezy have a piece of the ball, because it's bound to happen. When your opponent's got great ball control, like both these guys do, you need to just respect them every now and then, not just rush every single play. Good offense though by Revezy's. Back Jack up into a corner here. It kind of kills the play with this rolling ball. This is a tough one to manipulate, but Revezy's hiding behind it now. And he's forcing Jack to 50-50 into him. He didn't pick the boost up on his way out.
Ooh, and Jack takes his chance, but a great save by Revezy, trying to just take him up to speed, but a good challenge again by Jack. Finally, we're having some close moments. Let's see past, and he's getting the lead back 5-4. Finally, a bit of a disputed battle for once, and Revezy takes the upper hand.
I'm just, as soon as you said it, Revezy walks in another goal as not the best challenge by Jack. Pretty awful, actually, by his standards to just jump past the ball. As Marky was calling it earlier on in the tournament, just a little happy jump there, you know, just jumping, not really getting anything done with it. Revezy forced onto his back wall. This is very awkward for him, and Jack's shot on the follow-up is decent, but good landing by Revezy. Might have rushed the counter-attack a bit. Still, to stay with this ball is no small feat. That was some good shooting by Jack.
Yeah, good one. Jack still in control, trying to pop it back. Keeps in control with Revezy with a good challenge. Revezy not really taking any risk right now. A good challenge again. Can he get it in front? And yes, for the first time. A 2-goal difference for Revezy. Slowly but surely taking the leads. Great play.
Yeah, the boost management here from Revezy was spot on. He just didn't waste anything as the ball was in his back corner. As he was pushed back into goal, Jack probably thought that he had Revezy on something like 30 boost at the most. Actually, he had a lot more than that. He was able to really accelerate up and into that one. Time is still starting to get away from Jack. He hasn't scored as many goals as we would expected at this stage in the game after seeing him put 4 in 90 seconds. He's actually scoreless for the last 2 minutes. And once again, another chance to make this boost star play into a goal. He's got to be careful though. Counter-attacks have been huge for Revezy today.
Definitely Revezy getting the best of the little boost he had. But a good save by Jack, getting a clean shot again, but Revezy saves it. Revezy just has to hold on to his 2 goals lead at this point, but given how crazy the first minute is, I can't really believe in anything the fake by Revezy. Trying to get past, is he gonna get the flick? And yes, 3 goals, Johnny. Revezy is setting that upset up the best way possible. Yeah,
the finishing by Revezy has been so impressive. Every time that Jack gives him an opening, he just puts the ball well beyond Jack's reach, and it really leaves no question as to whether or not it will end up being a goal for himself. I'm still so surprised though to see Jack this consistently out of position. It's happening time and time again, and you know, this is a good shot by Revezy, but before this there was so many shots where Revezy just kind of lets Jack come at him, or Revezy just outplays Jack as Jack kind of can't make up his mind whether or not to challenge. He kind of half challenged a lot of times this game. I want to see him either go all in or just not bother.
Yeah, because so far, just the success rate for Revezy is ridiculous right now. They pretty much have the same amount of shots, but the goal difference is completely a different one. And this is going to be another one. No, great save. Jack managed to get this one, but Revezy tries to bump this one in. No, Jack keeps it on. The hopes are still alive. 40 seconds. That could be a goal, but Jack out of boost still gets the flick.
Oh, wow.
And could not save it. That was perfect usage of the no boost situation he had.
That's huge. Jack with no boost and grabbed just a 12 pad, and that's what's given him this acceleration with the flick. Still a chance late in game 1. Remember guys, this is a best of 5, and the loser will be eliminated from the tournament. The winner will move on to face Khaled tomorrow in the semi-finals. You know, both of those outcomes sound pretty bad really when you put them together, but you'd rather face Khaled for a chance to win, and Revezy's completely turned this day around for himself. He got destroyed by Jarius in the winner bracket, but game 1 has been all his.
Listen, I was unfortunately not watching the earlier games, so I can't really believe you saying that Revezy played bad earlier, because right now, I don't know what he's on, but he's absolutely clinical, getting pretty much every single opportunity for himself. 9-5, 16 seconds, pretty much done for game 1. Maybe another game, just for another goal, just for the fun, but Revezy with a very convincing start of this best of 5.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I would say it was less about Revezy playing poorly and more that Jarius was just that good. Jarius scored everything. He was just hitting every single shot that he went for, and he was going for shots that other players would be too scared to go for, because of the difficulty level usually resulting in a counter-attack goal when it doesn't go right. But yeah, Revezy doesn't have to worry about that here against Jack, because so far from what we've seen from Jack, he's keeping it quite simple. Obviously, Jack doesn't need to play fancy to get a lot of goals. We've seen him score several with just focusing only on flicks and shots in the past, but he's got some tricks up his sleeve as well. It might not be this easy for Revezy later on in the series.
I think at this point it's just the defense, right? Like, I haven't seen Jack really pressuring Revezy. He's been really waiting for these balls, giving a lot of space to Revezy, and he's used pretty much all of the space that he was given. So maybe let's look at Jack a bit more aggressive, at least in game 2, to put some pressure on his opponent, because at the beginning of that game, that was so close. We had like the first 2 minutes where like they just were giving each other back to back, but after a while there was a full control for Revezy. And can he keep the momentum now?
Yeah, he's got to try and keep the momentum. Jack has got ridiculous comeback potential. He's bounced back from a 3-0 deficit in games against Warriors and won. He's bounced back from, I think, a 10-goal loss to Alpha in their first game they ever played to win the next game, and I believe the one after that as well. Well, actually, it was just one game, sorry, but this is still, you know, just the beginning for Jack and what he's capable of. Revezy needs to be on his best behavior here if he's going to continue this lead. Oh wow, look at the placement by Jack. Way to cut and pop his way into a 1-goal advantage.
Yeah, that was the perfect play, just to immediately show that that first game was not how the entire set's going to be. Apparently, Jack getting the lead for the first time since like this early challenge on the first game. He's back. Game 2, he's on.
Yeah, apparently back in the game. Jack with a huge goal there. The placement was very impressive. It's such a simple move, really, but he executes it to such perfection that it looks incredible. You know, you can do this in your own games, guys. Just get alongside the ball, steer into it, and then jump. It's really that simple. That's how effective it can be. Jack with a mind game makes it 2-0. Revezy flies right by.
I'm seeing the exact opposite of the first game right now. It's Revezy giving Jack a lot of space right now, and twice in a row just immediately exploit this one. Jack finally looking in control, as we kind of expected to see in the first game, but of course it's just the early moments of this game number 2. Revezy has all the time necessary to start a comeback.
And this is another opportunity for him, but Jack's not buying that fake challenge. Good little turn and challenge though by Revezy afterwards, but Jack's speed on the turn as well gets him right back in control. There's so much space for Jack to play with here, but he's just going straight down the middle at Revezy. I smell an air dribble bump, and it is going to be what's happening. Revezy can't stop it. 3-0.
These were hours of watching and running the one scene in this play, John.
Yeah.
You saw it, it immediately came. This is experience, and Jack with a 3-goals lead, looking like what we expected him to do, you know, in this set right now. Revezy now on the back foot will have to put some effort into coming back. Maybe a kick-off goal, set it back, but just gets the boost. I'm gonna let the ball for apparently Jack is out of boost. Can Revezy exploit it? No. Back into Revezy's hands.
That's really good defense by Jack. He's got more defense to do though, and he just lets Revezy shoot. And Revezy will get back within a couple of goals here. That was a good touch on the turn from Revezy, but Jack has to see that coming. He really shouldn't be waiting with his flip. He's got to dart back to his own goal to at least give himself a chance. However, just like game 1, Revezy punishing Jack immediately when he does misplay.
Yeah, I do like that Revezy immediately shows that he's still in there. Of course, these kind of leads can easily make it back. Of course, Revezy with another shot, but a good defense this time by Jack. Takes all his time to get back. Revezy saw it, expected the boost to pop under his wheels, but it did not happen. Jack gets the shot, not on target, back into Revezy's hands, and Jack forced to get back for boost.
Oh, that's a good little dribble there by Revezy. Jack was trying to challenge him early, but the recoveries from Jack are beating Revezy to the ball pretty consistently when there's no boost disparity between these two. Revezy is in fact a 60 Hz monitor player. I've not talked about it too much because obviously it is just a side note to his play, but the fact that he's able to keep up with these guys at the top level on a lower frame rate, or refresh rate I should say, is still very impressive. I wonder if he'll be able to elevate his game when one day he steps it up to the same as everybody else. Not this time. This one just a bit too awkward for him. He didn't expect it to go behind him.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate on this. Could have gotten a bit better, but Jack just slipping it in right out of his range. Getting the lead again back to 3 goals ahead. Revezy having to put on work, of course. Kickoff always being a threat. A good one from Jack for Revezy. Getting back for the boost, and it's Jack once again on the offense. Ooh, that's interesting fake on this. Jack is back. Can he pop it in? Does he have enough boost? No, a bit too far. Revezy still safe. Has a chance, but Jack is much more aggressive on the ball, and you can see right now Revezy having trouble just getting control.
Oh, that bump by Jack is huge, and he's flicked it in as well. And look at this Predator missile by Jack on the back wall. He saw exactly where Revezy was, just steered downwards into him, just slammed him out of the play.
The awareness from Jack was kind of ridiculous on this one. 5-1. This time Jack determined to not give any momentum back to Revezy. Keep it up and stay in control right now.
Oh, that should be one though.
For Revezy to get that goal. Yep, gets the kickoff goal right now to reduce the leads. Still doable for Revezy.
Still very much so. You know, when Jack gives Revezy opportunities to score, Revezy's taking them. It's all about just getting those chances for Revezy, and if you look at the clock, it's likely that he'll get at least 3 more chances to score. So, very possible. No reason for him to take any huge risks yet. That's going to be a tough one to put in though. Jack comfortable on the back wall. Revezy's ran out of boost in this play. Oh, he did bump Jack though, and gets the boost on the turn. Now Jack's completely out of the game. I think Revezy's scoring. He is. We have a 2-goal game.
Yeah, that was really good from Revezy on this immediately. So Jack was out. Took the fastest way possible to the goal. Bring it back. 2 minutes. Once again back to the realm of doable in this matchup. That would be absolutely massive if Revezy can get 2 games leads on ApparentlyJack. But of course, there's still a lot of work to do for him. Yeah,
this game is going to require all his focus. Oh, he sneaks in a little ball chase though. Jack thought it was going to be a race to the mid boost, but Revezy just plays the ball instead. Perfect dodge though. Really good job getting underneath that one.
Alright, Revezy bringing it back, keeping the hopes alive. Definitely surprising to see that Jack. He was so well in control about a minute ago. Don't quite know what changed in his approach to get so much space for Revezy there.
Oh.
But Jack with a bump again forces Revezy to escape, and what a dodge by Revezy to get away from this situation. Gets a flick, but Jack able to save this one. It's still, the lead is still intact. Jack's still alive, and Revezy gets another chance.
Nice challenge by Jack. He pathed over a lot of small boost pads to make that possible. Did not have access to 100. But Revezy looking dangerous. He's circling, waiting for the opportunity to strike. He's waiting for the opening, and this is it. Jack's flipped away from the ball. Revezy flicks it on target. Save from Jack, but he has no boost left.
Yeah, no boost, and Revezy smelling blood right now. He saw this one. Ooh, could not get a second touch.
Oh!
Jack, not much boost. Great save, but Revezy is getting an opportunity. No save this time by Jack, and Revezy evens it up 1 minute away from the end of this game. What a comeback by Revezy.
Yeah, it was a really good try there by Jack. Really no more he could do with that follow-up save, but Revezy had the better 50-50, and he has made the 4-goal comeback against Jack, who is absolutely struggling in this matchup, a lot more than we expected after we saw Revezy earlier on today. But it just goes to show you how well Jorius was playing, that he was able to eliminate Revezy so easily. Not eliminate yet from the tournament. He's still alive in it for now. More alive than Jack, I'll say, but oh, nice double bump by Jack. Open net, and he's got the 1-goal lead again.
My God, what a bump. I cannot believe he got that much force to just look at how far he bumped him. All time in the, I cannot believe he could gather so much strength to just push him that far from this position.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, sometimes if you just bump the opponent exactly as they jump, they just go flying, and it looked like Jack's timing there was on point. Revezy reverses into the boost. Nice recovery. He got bumped into this position as well. Now Revezy trying to return to some physical play. Jack's actually safe though in the corner.
Yeah.
Great recovery by him.
The challenge by Revezy. Ooh, not the best move by Jack there, but Revezy cannot get this one and pops it over once again. Revezy brings it back. He's still alive. What a play. The defensive plays by Revezy are completely reading into what Jack's trying to do. And Revezy's back. It's once again a tie game.
I can't believe it. Jack looked like he'd sorted himself out here. He didn't look like Revezy had an opening to work with, but Revezy is clinical. Every time Jack puts a foot wrong, Revezy goes and stamps on his toe. He's got enough boost to keep this one safely in the corner. Jack gonna try and make a play in the last few seconds here, and he's got it. This is going to be a rebound for Jack, and he puts it in with confidence. Revezy outplayed over the top.
Ooh, the clutch by Jack on this. Very unfortunate by Revezy could not get this one and gives a completely open net to Jack. 5 seconds left, still technically doable, of course, but kind of need a bit of luck on Revezy's side for him to keep the hopes alive on this game number 2. Revezy just opts for a slower kickoff to try and get the control of the ball. Gets the boost as well. All right, this is money time. Can he get this? No, great defense by Jack. Revezy can't get it. Jack evens it up. That game was ridiculous.
That was so close. Jack had to hold on at the end there. His lead got smashed earlier on in this one, but luckily he managed to get it back a couple of times actually. But that clutch play by Jack at the end there is huge. It's almost guaranteed that Revezy was expecting an air dribble bump in that play. When the clock is counting down 10, 9, 8, 7 all the way to 0, you're thinking air dribble bump is coming because the other guy he's going to go completely all in for something. And that's why Revezy charged him down. He just went straight in because he's thinking, well, if Jack's going for an air dribble bump and I charge him, then I'm going to score because I'll take the ball off the top of his head. But actually, Jack had a second touch planned nice and early. He just went straight over him. So maybe just reading Revezy there and anticipating what Revezy was going to try and counterplay.
Yeah, definitely. I really like seeing the clutch as well because the momentum was so on Revezy's side right now. And it's a difficult situation, right? Because on Jack's mind at this point, it's like, if I happen to mess up, if he happens to counter me, that might be a 2-game lead for him, and that might be really hard for me. Still managed to clutch it and get that game number 2, and we get 1-1 in this best of 5. First kickoff of game number 3 goes towards ApparentlyJack. The first opposition for him, and a great shot, maximum power for this one. Jack gets the lead once again.
Yeah, you said it, maximum power by Jack. Just hardly any run-up, but look at the ball just fly right over Revezy's head. You don't appreciate just how difficult it is to save these shots until you look at the defender's POV, and then you realize, yeah, that's pretty difficult actually. How do you see that coming?
Yeah, definitely a great one. Jack, the bump, but that might be coming back into Jack's hands. Gets an opportunity, the shot is not on target. That could have been a great moment for him to get a good 2-goal lead already. But Jack just running around the ball. Where is Revezy? He's nowhere to be seen. Jack is taking his time and already a second goal. I'm liking the slower plays. Yeah,
I think Revezy's boost just ran out at the worst possible time. He was committed to try and get a touch on that ball, flipped at it, but what was probably supposed to be a flip with boost, it just ended up being a flip on the spot and nothing happened. So Revezy miscalculates and Jack able to walk in an easy second goal. It's all Jack so far this game. Here comes the ceiling shot. You don't stop those either. Revezy trails by 3 again.
Revezy just unfortunately could not get this one, but Jack, just when he has a moment, he just makes sure it counts. Already 3-0. I mean, we've seen such a huge lead on the previous game. It's definitely doable for Revezy, but right now, once again, is Jack making the statement immediately.
Jack actually just flopped his kickoff, but he managed to recover midway through and still make contact with the ball. Huge flick by Revezy, but there was no boost to steal because Jack already had that one. So maybe not the best play to go for, at least rushing in as he did. It gave him no boost to steal after the fact if Jack does make the save. Oh, wow. That is a boomer. Jack 4-0.
Makes it look easy on this one. Revezy completely in trouble on this one. Yeah, he got there way too late. And the speed, you said it, that could be a flick game. And Jack is just showing why. 4-0 already, less than a minute in. Jack is taking control.
Yeah, Jack is just predicting every challenge of Revezy so far, and at the end of the last game as well. It's a really smart shot to throw in there every now and then anyway, just a very early flick, because if you've got the power that Jack has on his flicks, you might just score, even though the range is incredible. He's still good enough to score from this distance, and if you don't, then at least you're going to earn the respect of your opponent. They're going to be afraid of that flick. Well, Revezy's got to be afraid of that flick now, for at least the rest of this game. You'll have to back off a bit more every time he's making his challenges.
Absolutely, you don't have to respect this one, but look at Revezy trying to show that he can do the same right now, but the defense on Jack's side was a bit too solid. Revezy back for the boost, back for the challenge as well. It's in Jack's hands. Revezy is a bit far, but not much boost on Jack's side. Not going to be able to capitalize on this one, and Revezy this time gets it in. That easy on target. It's not.
It just sneaks wide, and that's a bit unfortunate for Revezy because the turn in the corner was very effective. He totally surprised Jack with it. Now Revezy, how's his recovery looking? Good enough. Nice close down. That would have been a bit embarrassing if he'd conceded here because he had a boost advantage, but he kind of bounced off the post awkwardly and had to fly back down. So he's never afraid to use his boost to get back down to the ground there. If he hadn't done that, I think Jack would have scored.
Yep, finally. Revezy getting his first one. I feel like a lot of goals that Revezy gets is just like good challenges this time against Jack to put himself in a position to score. Jack able to put the pressure, but Revezy's shot is absolutely perfect, completely out of his range. The comeback is once again on Johnny. Is he going to offer us the exact same game as game 2?
That's a beautiful flick. Not a lot of boost available to him, but he still gets some massive power on the ball. And there's plenty of time left as well. This is so similar to the last game where Jack was out in front by quite a large margin. Then Revezy starts coming back. I'm impressed with Jack's adaptation that he made to the kickoff, though. He lost a few in game 1. Started going for more wave dash kickoffs instead of dodging into the ball. He's just doing a single jump and then trying to recover more quickly than Revezy every time, and it's working out more often than not.
Yeah, definitely been a good one to implement into his game. Jack now this time, and a clutch boost appearance for Revezy right now, absolutely saving him. He was on what, like 12 of boost? Praying for the boost to come back and kind of got saved for this. A shot attempt there is saved by Jack. Revezy takes his distances, but still in Jack's control.
Now Jack's going to do the same thing. Both of these guys have such a good idea of when every boost is about to spawn. The pickups are just on point. Like the fake after the ceiling shot, definitely hard to read, but Revezy got in the way of it. He might try and demo Jack in the corner here. No, just plays for the boost steal. Jack couldn't go for the boost there because he's afraid of being demoed side on. Smart game by both players, but oh, Jack's just going to pile in, and now that's an open net. Revezy spawns right in front of him, but Jack should still have this. Good control, 5-2.
Good one. And it's kind of unfortunate that Revezy did not get the corner boost on his way back. I think he was planning to get it to completely starve Jack off boost, but somehow missed it and gave Jack exactly the resources he needed to get that 5th goal. 3 goals leads again, 1 minute and 49 seconds remaining. I mean, Revezy's done it before, but Jack is definitely showing that he can stay in control now. Yeah,
there's the wave dash kickoff again. You see that Revezy landed closer to the boost than Jack did, but the wave dash was able to make up that distance and some, and Revezy's missed an open net. Jack actually mispositioned himself. He thought that he was going to be in danger of a demo and ran too far away. Revezy unable to punish him.
Alright, Jack kind of out of boost, but does Revezy know this fact? Right, a great flick still by Revezy, able to go straight for the ball, and one more goal for Revezy. One more time, he reduces the leads. A bit over a minute left, still doable. Respect the patience on Revezy's side. Still keeping the hopes up.
Yeah, that's consistent in defense, and it has to be. You know, he's had his slip-ups, he's been outplayed a few times at the start of this game. But it's the end of the game that matters, especially when it's as close as this. And Revezy going to try and prove that. That's a big read, though, by Jack. He just predicted Revezy's touch to perfection and sends it on target again.
It's kind of unfortunate on this, but Jack knew. He just knew he was one step ahead on this one, making it again a very hard task for Revezy to bring it back. It's going to be a battle for control for the last minute or so. Can Jack just keep control on this? He has a very comfortable lead on the scoreboard right now. Revezy will need to make some miracle happen.
Revezy has the first play after this kickoff. Jack with a nice block on it. He had pretty much every angle covered, but he won't have this one covered. And that's a good landing and a good finish by Revezy to make it interesting once again.
Absolutely, listen, Revezy is never giving up. I feel like for the last 2 games, it's been the exact same. It's been Jack thinking he's in control and Revezy just coming back and knocking at his door. Like, I'm still there for the win. 1 minute remaining. Revezy gonna put the pressure, but this kickoff is more favorable to ApparentlyJack. Revezy with a flick, but Jack saves this one. It's a battle for the boost. Jack gets it. Revezy forced to go back on defense. Should be able to save this one. Yes, he is. Keeps the hope alive, but Jack is back to being super aggressive. Does not give any space to Revezy to stay in control.
Yeah, almost a goal for Revezy suddenly. Yeah, Jack just bumping Revezy into the corner is almost as good as demoing him, actually, because it wastes so much time off the clock, and Revezy's, you know, he still has to dispossess Jack. Jack just wants to keep the ball moving here for a few more seconds. A chance for Revezy. He wants to go and field to this one. Good touch after the ball refused to sit nicely for him, but there's the mind game for Revezy. He's back within 1.
I got faked. I've got to say, like, I'm exactly on. I feel in Jack's boost right now. This was a bit too galaxy brain for me. Revezy taking his sweet time and keeping it alive. 16 seconds remaining. Can he once again even it up and bring us to an overtime? Revezy is ridiculous today.
Yeah, so well played. It looked like it was impossible to play that. He wanted the ball to be on the wall. He had to jump off to get it. Now he's got one more attack to stop. Jack's taking it to the corner. He's talking about galaxy brain. He's going to let the clock win the game for him. Fake's going across. It's all Jack right now. Can Revezy find an opening? No, he can't. And that's got to be frustrating. You work so hard to come back, and Jack just takes the ball to his corner and wastes time. He's like that guy in FIFA who goes 1-0 up and passes it around in defense. You never want to be that guy.
We don't know these guys.
Yeah, we all have that friend.
But you've got to give it to him, man. That's the most sensible course of action, you know, at this moment. Is like, know, I pretty much won. Why am I giving him a chance? Why am I going to try to score?
Absolutely.
Might as well just go to the corner and chill. That completely works for Jack, and Jack is getting game number 3 now. One more game for him to be qualified for tomorrow. But I'm really enjoying just like the amount of battle that Revezy is putting up. The fight he's putting up throughout this set has been extremely fun to watch. I just hope that in this game we can see him at least getting the lead once, just to put ApparentlyJack in a position where he's not fully comfortable.
Oh, absolutely. It would be really interesting to see what Jack decides to do if Revezy gets in front. And you know, this is kind of the same position that Azrael was in against Ed Monster in the other lower bracket matchup for today. He's got one game that he can kind of just throw away almost. He can just, you know, go for whatever he wants in this play mechanically and just try and, you know, completely destroy Revezy nice and early in this game with some flashy goals. But Revezy, keeping the last game close, must be feeling pretty confident overall.
Yeah, definitely. Revezy gets his first opportunity. He had a shot, but a simple and efficient save by Jack, able to still keep the ball, but he's out of boost right now, and Revezy knows it. Revezy knows that there shouldn't be too much of a risk right now, and he's the one in control in terms of boost, but not a very scary offense on this one. Back for Revezy's control, and this has been the slowest movement for the entire set, I believe. Those two are just both scared to take too many risks, and it's been pretty neutral for the first minutes. Yeah,
Revezy wants Jack to back off and give him some space. Oh, he's got a nice little second touch on that one. I can't think that was on purpose from Revezy, but he gets rewarded with a nice second hit on the flick. And wow, what a pop. And even goes the wrong way with Jack's touch as well.
That was sick. That was sick. Revezy finally taking the lead. This is exactly what I wanted to see in this game, to make sure that Jack doesn't think it's just going to be a cruise towards tomorrow's brackets. Revezy now in control. No boost for him, so has to just take some space. What is gonna be? Revezy defended correctly, but can Jack get the shot? Yes, he can. Immediately brings it back. Jack is alive and shows him, I don't want a game 5, mates. I'm gonna finish it right now.
That control from Jack. He didn't just flick that ball on target, he put it in the other corner. He almost turned around all the way and got a flick it to the very top shelf of the goal. That's just beautiful from Jack on the ground. And you always knew it was going to be a tough one for Revezy if Jack's playing this well, but he's finding openings, almost gets the lead again. Revezy with the acceleration, that's the surprise factor he's looking for. After rolling the ball around slowly, he's going to go for bursts of speed.
Yeah, I was believing for a second. Revezy doesn't have much boost, but what a save for him. No boost anyway, but gets it. And Jack, very aggressive, forced to get the boost back. It's going to be a 1v1. The shot is absolutely the maximum he could have done, but Revezy got there on time. And now it's Revezy battling to just get that ball away with no boost. Jack is completely starving him. Another shot by Jack is going to be in, and Jack is taking the lead in that game number 4. Is it the end for Revezy? Not yet, but Jack is looking good in this game.
The first touch there from Jack was so impressive. He managed to hit it just back away from Revezy's goal ever so slightly, and that's got Revezy scared that there's a dribble coming his way. He wants to close down the gap between him and the ball, and next thing you know, the shot is flying over the top of him. It's just really well played by Jack. That's how you convert as a 100-0 boost advantage without taking any risks. So Revezy will respond right again with the kickoff goal, so we still have very close affair here. Loser goes home. Loser's eliminated from the tournament. Winner plays against Khaled tomorrow. That's what these guys want. You know, either way, I'm impressed with what Revezy's brought into this lower bracket, and I was worried that we wouldn't get to see him play at his best after what we saw between him and Jarius earlier, but he is completely a different player now.
Absolutely, he's playing really good right now, and I don't know, I feel like every single time he has a bad moment, there is something working in his favor for him to get a goal back or the lead back, but that was not too big of a threat for apparently Jack. Popped it over Revezy, but no threat on this. Both of them looking for the control of the ball, but Jack is gonna be the one to get a time, set up a flick, and that flick is gonna go cleanly over Revezy. Once again, Jack is on the lead. Jack definitely does not want to give any momentum on the blue side.
Yeah, just great timing by Jack again. Some of his flicks have been just hit at the perfect time today. As soon as Revezy turns to challenge him, the flick is happening. It's not like he sees the challenge and then flicks. He's already flicking when the challenge is coming, so it makes it 10 times harder for Revezy. Jack went for a mind game and gets punished, and that's an open net though for Revezy. I don't think he's going to miss this one. He's got one more touch. Nice execution there. Great save and a goal on the counter.
Yeah, great save. You could argue that maybe that was not the right move from Jack to take such a big risk in this situation, but Revezy perfectly capitalized on that one mistake. Once again, brings it back. This game, I mean, it feels like the game one again. It's a highlight.
Yeah.
It's goal after goal after goal.
Yeah, every single play just results in a goal. The defense is out the window again. But we only saw that for part of game one. Then they actually both stopped scoring for quite a while. It ended up in Revezy's favor. He wouldn't mind a repeat actually of game one from this position. Just misses the bump in the back corner. Jack was aware that that was coming his way, and he is going to hit Revezy on the counter. Revezy a bit too all in for that one. Didn't have a backup plan.
Yeah, that was really good by Jack. Just used the fact that Revezy maybe hesitated for like half a second there, and Jack immediately smells blood, gets the goal, and once again the lead is on the orange side. Jack looking to be back tomorrow on stream.
Yeah, he's so far on track for it. Just a couple minutes more to hang on for. Revezy going to try and replicate, of course, what Azrael did already today, coming down from the upper bracket and then bouncing back. Oh dear, where is he here though? That's wide open, and Jack is not going to miss from this range. Revezy with some mispositioning, and that's been rare this series. Oh, he just got totally baited by the mid boost. That's not what you want to see.
Very unfortunate. That might be the moment for Jack to make a statement, put his foot down and be like, I'm not gonna lose this one. That is 2 goals leads. We've seen Revezy bring it back more than once in this set. Revezy immediately goes for the corner boost. Gonna try to keep control of the ball, keeps it. Can he get a shot over Jack? No. Still in control for him, keeping it safe. But Jack is taking his time. I mean, no big reason for Jack to take a massive risk right now. Just has to like try and keep the net safe, and that's what he does successfully for now.
Oh, for now though, somehow Revezy came away with the ball here. It really didn't look like he was going to be able to collect this one as cleanly as he did, but very nice turn actually. Just comes right down into the position and somehow got the ball away from Jack without taking any collateral damage in that 50-50. I thought maybe you get bumped, but another goal for Revezy it is.
Yeah, Revezy is still keeping the hopes alive. I feel like he's the master at keeping the hopes alive. Thank you, Revezy, for giving us such close games. Apparently Jack with the first fake, with the shot, but a great save by Revezy. Keeps the 1 goal lead.
Oh, Jack actually left. Jack just left the 100 boost, and he somehow baited Revezy into the corner. I wonder if this was intentional. Jack just left the 100 boost and then made a play when Revezy came out to get it. I don't think it is, but it looked like he very much could have grabbed it, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 5-head Jack until proven otherwise.
I don't know. My usual rule of thumb is if it looks sick, it's because the player is ridiculous. So
yeah,
we might just be entering the universe brain territory right now with Jack. It's for Revezy though to get 2 goals. First opportunity for him to pop it over, but it's not gonna work. Great defense by Jack.
Yeah, he's got a lot of distance on that clear as well, and wait for the boost to spawn. Revezy has got time on his hands here, but he's got to do something with it. He's been a bit passive in this game, a bit hesitant to go in for something, but that is a nice read actually. In fact, that's a reaction to what he saw. He saw Jack coming at him and immediately dropped the ball underneath him.
Yeah, that was, I mean, fortunate, I would say, bounce on this, but Revezy keeps in control, and once again keeps it as close as he can. Revezy, 42 seconds for him to get 1 more goal and maybe make it a game 5 in this series.
Yeah, Jack was able to clutch up in his previous round against Luis. That was a series that looked like it was destined to go to game 5, and Jack hit a 0-second double touch equalizer from an impossible angle and took the overtime there. So you don't want to go into the closing seconds with this guy. He is, you know, an incredible player in the clutch situations. Revezy's up against it here, and he's already down by 1. This is Probably going to be a repeat of Jack in the last game. Is he going to take the ball to his back corner? Thinking about it. Just kind of messing with Revezy here.
Yeah, he was trying to go for the bump play there. But once again, that's going to be the time has come again. That's going to be Jack taking his sweet time, making sure he frustrates Revezy. Last second save by Jack will secure the win. Extremely clutch final second. That could have been it for Revezy. But it's Jack qualified in that bracket. And Revezy, we won't see more of him. I'm sad, Johnny. I wanted to see more of Revezy.
Oh, man. I don't believe that. Jack just had to wait for the ball to go straight past him as it was rolling on target for the most that would have been one of the most frustrating equalizers you could see late in the game, but he's somehow got goal side of it and kept it out. And despite Revezy's best efforts, Jack has eliminated him from the tournament. What a series. Both of these lower bracket series today going to the player who at the start of this tournament would have been considered the favorite in the matchup, but the underdogs here have really shown up and given us some great games just all around. Revezy, after disappointing upper bracket matchup today, he can still go home with being proud of this performance. He took Jack all the way to his limit in this matchup, but Jack he's just that good, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing at the end, right? This is the moment where you see the difference between like an actually experienced player and the player who's just like trying to get there. Because the patience, the calm that Jack showed at these final moments to just be able to go around the ball, get it out, take his time, and secure his win. This is the mark of someone who's here to win, and Jack is showing why. He came all the way from the qualifiers, then going through that losers bracket, and that's gonna be him in top 4 tomorrow. I'm looking forward to see more Jack. Also, wait, his next opponent is Khalid, right?
Yeah, Jack versus Khalid. That's a matchup and a half. I don't think I've ever seen that matchup, actually. We didn't get to see it in Fusion because they were on the opposite sides of the bracket. We didn't see it in any of the qualifiers here because Khalid just won the first one. So this will be the first time that we see Jack versus Khalid. Now, don't get confused here, guys. You see there that progressing to the top 4 are apparently Jack and Astral. They are not playing each other. Since they have made it into the top 4 from the lower bracket, they will both have to play against one of the two players who have progressed to top 4 from the winners bracket. And there won't be any immediate rematches here. Khalid already beat Astral in his match to qualify for top 4. So he's going to be playing against apparently Jack, and Astral is going to play against Jorias. Those are the semi-final matchups which are happening tomorrow. So we're not going to have to even wait for very long for these. What matchups they are on paper. Goodbye to Dead Monster and Revezy today, as we say goodbye to pretty much all of the underdogs coming in here. The OGs, the guys who were favorites coming into the tournament, are really stepping up and showing us why. Oh, absolutely. It would be really interesting to see what Jack decides to do if Revezy gets in front. And this is kind of the same position that Astral was in against Dead Monster in the other lower bracket matchup for today. He's got one game that he can kind of just throw away almost. He can just go for whatever he wants in this play mechanically and just try and completely destroy Revezy nice and early in this game with some flashy goals. But Revezy, keeping the last game close, must be feeling pretty confident overall.
Yeah, definitely. Revezy gets his first opportunity. He had a shot, but a simple and efficient save by Jack, able to still keep the ball, but he's out of boost right now, and Revezy knows it. Revezy knows that there shouldn't be too much of a risk right now, and he's the one in control in terms of boost, but not a very scary offense on this one. Back for Revezy's control, and this has been the slowest movement for the entire set, I believe. Those two are just both scared to take too many risks, and it's been pretty neutral for the first minutes. Yeah,
Revezy wants Jack to back off and give him some space. Oh, he's got a nice little second touch on that one. I can't think that was on purpose from Revezy, but he gets rewarded with a nice second hit on the flick. And wow, what a pop. And even goes the wrong way with Jack's touch as well.
That was sick. That was sick. Revezy finally taking the lead. This is exactly what I wanted to see in this game, to make sure that Jack doesn't think it's just going to be a cruise towards tomorrow's brackets. Revezy now in control. No boost for him, so has to just take some space. What is gonna be? Revezy defended correctly, but can't get the shot. Yes, he can. Immediately brings it back. Jack is alive and shows him, I don't want a game 5, mate. I'm gonna finish it right now.
That control from Jack. He didn't just flick that ball on target, he put it in the other corner. He almost turned around all the way and got a flick into the very top shelf of the goal. That's just beautiful from Jack on the ground. And you always knew it was going to be a tough one for Revezy if Jack's playing this well. But he's finding openings, almost gets the lead again. Revezy with the acceleration. That's the surprise factor he's looking for. After rolling the ball around slowly, he's going to go for bursts of speed.
Yeah, I was believing for a second. Revezy doesn't have much boost, but what a save for him. No boost anyway.
Oh.
But gets it. And Jack, very aggressive, forced to get the boost back. It's going to be a 1v1. The shot is absolutely the maximum he could have done, but Revezy got there on time. And now it's Revezy battling to just get that ball away with no boost. Jack is completely starving him. Another shot by Jack is going to be in, and Jack is taking the lead in that game number 4. Is it the end for Revezy? Not yet, but Jack is looking good in this game.
The first touch there from Jack was so impressive. He managed to hit it just back away from Revezy's goal ever so slightly, and that's got Revezy scared that there's a dribble coming his way. He wants to close down the gap between him and the ball. Next thing he knows, the shot is flying over the top of him. It's just really well played by Jack. That's how you convert as a 100-0 boost advantage without taking any risks. Revezy will respond right again with the kickoff goal. So we still have very close affair here. Loser goes home. Loser's eliminated from the tournament. Winner plays against Khaled tomorrow. That's what these guys want. You know, either way, I'm impressed with what Revezy's brought into this lower bracket, and I was worried that we wouldn't get to see him play at his best after what we saw between him and Jarias earlier, but he is completely a different player now.
Absolutely, he's playing really good right now, and I don't know, I feel like every single time he has a bad moment, there is something working in his favor for him to get a goal back or the lead back, but that was not too big of a threat for apparently Jack. Pops it over Revezy, but no threat on this. Both of them looking for the control of the ball, but Jack, he's gonna be the one to get a time, set up a flick, and that flick is gonna go cleanly over Revezy. Once again, Jack is on the lead. Jack definitely does not want to give any momentum on the blue side.
Yeah, just great timing by Jack again. Some of his flicks have been just hit at the perfect time today. As soon as Revezy turns to challenge him, the flick is happening. It's not like he sees the challenge and then flicks. He's already flicking when the challenge is coming, so it makes it 10 times harder for Revezy. Jack went for a mind game and gets punished, and that's an open net though for Revezy. I don't think he's going to miss this one. He's got one more touch. Nice execution there. Great save and a goal on the counter.
Yeah, great save. You could argue that maybe that was not the right move from Jack to take such a big risk in this situation, but Revezy perfectly capitalized on that one mistake. Once again, brings it back. This game, I mean, it feels like the game 1 again. It's a highlight reel. It's goal after goal after goal. Yeah,
every single play just results in a goal. The defense is out the window again. But we only saw that for part of game 1. Then they actually both stopped scoring for quite a while. It ended up in Revezy's favor. He wouldn't mind a repeat actually of game 1 from this position. Just misses the bump in the back corner. Jack was aware that that was coming his way, and he is going to hit Revezy on the counter. Revezy a bit too all in for that one. Didn't have a backup plan.
Yeah, that was really good by Jack. Just used the fact that Revezy maybe hesitated for like half a second there, and Jack immediately smells blood, gets the goal, and once again the lead is on the orange side. Jack looking to be back to more on stream.
Yeah, he's so far on track for it. Just a couple minutes more to hang on for. Revezy going to try and replicate, of course, what Azrael did already today, coming down from the upper bracket and then bouncing back. Oh dear, where is he here though? That's wide open, and Jack is not going to miss from this range. Revezy with some mispositioning, and that's been rare this series. Oh, he just got totally baited by the mid boost. That's not what you want to see.
Very unfortunate. That might be the moment for Jack to make a statement, put his foot down and be like, I'm not gonna lose this one. That is 2 goals leads. We've seen Revezy bring it back more than once in this set. Revezy immediately goes for the corner boost. Gonna try to keep control of the ball, keeps it. Can he get a shot over Jack? No. Still in control for him, keeping it safe. But Jack is taking his time. I mean, no big reason for Jack to take a massive risk right now. Just has to like try and keep the net safe, and that's what he does successfully for now.
Oh, for now though, somehow Revezy came away with the ball here. It really didn't look like he was going to be able to collect this one as cleanly as he did, but very nice turn actually. Just comes right down into the position and somehow got the ball away from Jack without taking any collateral damage in that 50-50. I thought maybe you get bumped, but another goal for Revezy it is.
Yeah, Revezy is still keeping the hopes alive. I feel like he's the master at keeping the hopes alive. Thank you, Revezy, for giving us such close games. Apparently, Jack with the first fake, with the shot, but a great save by Revezy. Keeps the 1-goal leads.
Oh, well, Jack actually left. Jack just left the 100 boost, and he somehow baited Revezy into the corner. I wonder if this was intentional. Jack just left the 100 boost and then made a play when Revezy came out to get it. I don't think it is, but it looked like he very much could have grabbed it. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. 5-head Jack until proven otherwise.
I don't know. My usual rule of thumb is if it looks sick, it's because the player is ridiculous. So
yeah,
we might just be entering the universe brain territory right now with Jack. It's for Revezy though to get 2 goals. First opportunity for him to pop it over, but it's not going to work. Great defense by Jack.
Yeah, he's got a lot of distance on that clear as well. And wait for the boost to spawn. Revezy has got time on his hands here, but he's got to do something with it. He's been a bit passive in this game, a bit hesitant to go in for something, but that is a nice read, actually. In fact, that's a reaction to what he saw. He saw Jack coming at him and immediately dropped the ball underneath him.
Yeah, that was... fortunate, I would say, bounce on this, but Revezy keeps in control, and once again, keeps it as close as he can. Revezy, 42 seconds for him to get 1 more goal and maybe make it a game 5 in this series.
Yeah, Jack was able to clutch up in his previous round against Luis. That was a series that looked like it was destined to go to game 5, and Jack hit a 0-second double touch equalizer from an impossible angle and took the overtime there. So you don't want to go into the closing seconds with this guy. He is, an incredible player in the clutch situations. Revezy's up against it here, and he's already down by 1. This is probably going to be a repeat of Jack in the last game. Is he going to take the ball to his back corner? Thinking about it. Just kind of messing with Revezy here.
Yeah, he was trying to go for the bump play there. But once again, that's going to be the time has come again. That's going to be Jack taking his sweet time, making sure he frustrates Revezy. The last second save by Jack will secure the win. Extremely clutch final second. That could have been it for Revezy. But is Jack qualified in that bracket? And Revezy, we won't see more of him. I'm sad, Johnny. I want to see more of Revezy.
Oh, man. I don't believe that. Jack just had to wait for the ball to go straight past him as it was rolling on target for the most... that would have been one of the most frustrating equalizers you concede late in the game, but he's somehow got goal side of it and kept it out. And despite Revezy's best efforts, Jack has eliminated him from the tournament.